Hello everybody and welcome back. As you can see, it's a little different here today. I've decided I'm going to do a baby essentials video for you guys today. It's something that I have binge watched like crazy when I was getting ready for baby Anthony. I think they're super helpful. So hopefully some of these things, maybe for some of you guys that are pregnant and getting really close to having that baby and you've never had one before, maybe these are some ideas for you to try to get for your baby. These are just my own personal favorites. The baby world is overwhelming. It is insane how much stuff you can get. So let's get started. First, baby Tylenol. Honestly, I didn't start using this until his 4-month immunization was the first time he's ever had it. He got such a bad fever. He was so uncomfortable. I could not put him down all night. And once we gave him this and his fever broke, little man was back to himself. And then as soon as we started teething at nighttime to help him sleep, because he is a very good sleeper, and as soon as there's something wrong, that's where I notice it the most, and this really helps him stay asleep at night. Big on the list is baby Tylenol. So since I started with teething, another thing that we actually just got recently is this little, it's like a little banana, and it's a little, almost like a little toothbrush, but it's a teether. So any kind of teethers really are amazing. I have it in the freezer right now. I don't have it on me. We have this little ring, a teether that you put in the freezer. He can like chew on that and it helps cool his gums when he's teething. So it's a huge help. Any of these teethers are their money's worth in gold because your baby will want to chew on everything. And once they have teeth, you don't want that to be your finger. So teethers of any sort, you'll find certain ones that they like and that go to it. This is something he goes to instantly, as well as the frozen one. Another thing that I find for teething, and this is obviously a clothing item, is these kind of little triangle bibs. These are awesome because they absorb a lot of slobber. These are great to have. Now that we're into kind of clothing items, Costco has the best, and I'm telling you this because we have probably about 20 of these, is these sleepers. And the reason I love them so much is because they zip open from the bottom and the top. And once you have a baby, you realize, first of all, zippers are key. I do have sleepers with buttons and they're totally fine. Like, you can totally use them. But man, if you have some with zippers, it's a game changer. And if you can unzip them from the bottom, even better. And that was one of the top things on Trevor's list as well, is like, first of all, zippers and zip from the bottom. Perfect. And they have super cute ones at Costco. Like, they have all different kinds with puppies and tractors, anything you can imagine. So there's tons of variety. Yeah, I don't know what I'd do without these. He pretty much lives in these. Also because he has eczema, so these are cotton. So they're really nice. He doesn't sweat in them or anything like that. These are fantastic. I'm gonna go right into feeding. So these little dealios, now that he's starting to eat some solids, this saves his clothes. This is like a bib, but it has arms on it. I got these from my mom. I asked her to get these for me because I've seen them lots before, and I just thought these, first of all, they're super cute, but they will, again, make sure you don't have to completely change your baby after they eat. So these are amazing. Staying on the topic of food and eating is bottles. Now, I was unfortunately not able to breastfeed for very long. I tried for a whole month, nothing but problems. It was a very tough situation for me because I was really set on breastfeeding, but again, unfortunately, that did not work out. And thank goodness there's formula, because I don't know what we'd do in this world if we didn't have that, because there's unfortunately a lot of women that can't or choose not to, which is totally fine too. So actually, I got some of these. They actually come with these little green things that go in here, and they're to avoid colic. So they really slow down the fluids. Now I don't need them anymore because it's not coming out fast enough for him as it is. And I've already had to switch the nipple size for him because he's just a very hungry little man. But these are amazing. So they will come with that green colic thing in there. They're anti-colic, I think is what they're called. Dr. Brown's anti-colic. And so that goes in there. Then they do have those little discs that go on. So if you're traveling, you can put those on and they don't spill. I have lost almost all of them now. For some reason, those go missing. And then they come with these little caps that go on top as well to help with spilling. These are my favorite. Now we will probably have to upgrade to taller ones just because he, especially before bed, he drinks 8 ounces. So this is very essential. And I love these. And they clean very easy. They're just a nice bottle, my preference. Again, your baby could completely hate these, so it's great to have a bit of a variety at first and figure out what your baby will gravitate to if you have to use a bottle for your baby. To stay on the bottle topic, that also means you gotta clean your bottles. So we don't have a dishwasher, unfortunately. So this is the Munchkin drying rack, and it's perfect. We have about 6 bottles, and so it has lots where you can actually hang the bottles and the nipples and all the fun things. And then this is the Dr. Brown bottle scrubby. It's like a rubbery kind of material. This actually completely folds down, so if you are not lazy like me and just leave it standing out there all the time, then you can actually put it away quite easily. And this has a little rubber dealio, so it stands up. You can suction it to your sink and it just stands there and dries nicely, so you don't have to worry about it sitting in the wet or anything like that. So again, I recommend, especially if you don't have a dishwasher, this is wonderful for drying. Now, every mother you talk to will suggest and tell you one thing that you want, even if you're breastfeeding or if you're bottle feeding, is something for colic and gripe water. I should have bought stock in this stuff for a while. We got our hands on some of this and it saved us from a mental breakdown because this worked instantly. Anthony loves, I think he would just drink this if we just gave it to him for fun. I don't use it as much anymore now that he's getting older, but at the beginning, this was almost a daily thing. And it has right on here how much you have to give him and how often you're able to give it to him. So this is definitely a must for sure. Now, kind of transitioning into a few other things. So Anthony lives on a soother, and he's had a soother since I think he was 4 days old. We lose them constantly. So one of the solutions to that is one of these awesome little clips. So you loop it in there, and we actually always have one attached to the car seat because when you're driving and you don't have a soother there, you may as well go home. So we have a few of these, and they're super handy. Like if we're at family's houses or something like that, it's really nice because I can just clip this onto his bib or anywhere on him, and then we know he's always got a soother with him. These are fantastic. Another thing with feeding, and this is when people ask me, what should I get my friend that's having a baby? Burp cloths. Get them lots and lots and lots, and then some more burp cloths. These babies spit up all the time. Especially formula babies, I found. I am so lucky because one of my friends gave me 10 or 15 of these, and I had some on my registry, so I have a lot of these. I still feel like I don't have enough. These are fantastic, so you can't have too many burp cloths, and most moms will tell you that as well. Now let's go on to bathing. So I had a C-section, and so bending over was not something that was very fun. It was very important that I did not have to lean over a bathtub. So we got I believe it's Fisher-Price bathtub. And it actually has this cool little hammock thing that you can put in it that comes with it. And then it also has a little seat that you can take this out, and there's a orange little seat so they can actually sit up eventually in there. But Anthony loved lounging in this. He just loves baths in general, so he really enjoyed just laying in this, and you just fill up the water so they sit in the water a little bit, and then you can bath them there. So it was really nice because I could just put this on our dining room table or on our counter, and I didn't have to worry about bending over, and then Trevor would empty it for me and things like that. This is an essential as well for bathing. This is from Frida Baby, and it's this little brush thing, and it has this texture, and then it has these little bristly things. I actually have 2 of these because I think they're super awesome. I use him in the bathtub, and I actually put his baby shampoo cleaner stuff on here, and I rub that into his hair. This just helps clean his scalp really nice, and I use it behind his ears and things like that, but I use this on his head. This is great for cradle cap. You just gently rub that on their head, and eventually that kind of works off. You can use this dry as well. So this is from Frida Baby. I will link all these things below so you can check them out and maybe get them yourself if you like. Now this is again from Fisher Price, but this is a night light sound machine. So this, I always have this on. There's like, you can see, so there's this ring here that lights up, or this that lights up, or these. So we usually have this on at night just so there's a bit of light in the room, but it's not like you can barely notice it. And then there's this one where it lights up this part. So this has a bunch of different settings and it switches colors, and it's really neat because it projects stars onto the ceiling, which is really fun. And he loves that, especially at the beginning when we first got it. He would just stare up at the ceiling and really enjoyed that. I'll insert just a little clip here so you guys can see how cool that looks on the ceiling. And then besides the actual lights, it has different sounds. So it has some white noise, and then it has actual songs, and you can turn the volume up. Now the really cool thing with this is I can actually use my phone to operate this. So I can turn it on and off, I can turn the volume up, I can turn the different settings on, I can switch between the different color options, different songs, the different white noises, all from my phone. So I don't actually have to come in the room to do that, and you can set timers and all that stuff. So that's super neat that I don't have to come into his room. Now another thing is a baby monitor. And this is definitely something I think that is essential, especially once you move your baby from your room into their nursery. We have the VTech. You have your main one. This is the main one that's in his room, and it's plug-in. So this one has to be plugged in. You can't use batteries. And then the other one that's in my room can actually be battery operated. So, and we can take it outside. This I find is a very basic but very reliable option, and I love it. So now on to some other things for sleeping. I tried a sleep sack at the very beginning when he was very little, like 1 month old, and that was not a thing he was willing to do. We switched the sleep sack probably, would have been just 4 months old, and I will never turn back. This is awesome. So I know he's nice and warm, and you can get different thicknesses. This is a little thicker, so for winter this is perfect. He's a very hot baby, so I'm not too worried about him having too thick of a sleep sack, but this is something, if your baby is okay with it, I would definitely recommend. We got this from Marshall's, I think, for $20. So another essential, and this is from newborn to now, we still use this. This is a nursing pillow. So obviously at the beginning I used it for nursing, which was awesome. I could lay him right across, and then I started using it for him once he was learning to sit. Also, it's wonderful for tummy time. These are so versatile. Again, we still use it now because he enjoys kind of just lounging in this. He'll just lay here. He just loves this thing. Really enjoys that. So I really recommend that. Now this is something that for us was essential. Now this is a travel bassinet. And the cool thing is this completely folds up and like fit in your car super easy. So if you are going to a family member's house and you want your baby to be able to have a nap, this is awesome. So this is from Brica. All right, now I just have a couple things left. It was a lifesaver for us, and that was a baby swing. That swing, he loved it from day one. I'll insert a picture of it up there. It was awesome because it also, you got to remove the actual seat of it, so it was a little rocker that you could use. Again, we used that lots camping. It was perfect because if we went outside, we could just take the rocker with us. It helped us a lot. He used to not want to sleep in his bassinet for a very long time, so that was the only place where he would sleep other than on top of me. So it saved me a lot of hassle that way, which was really nice. At the end there, he was getting too big for it, unfortunately. He just loved that thing, and that was worth every penny we spent on it. Also, this rocking chair. So I'll insert an actual picture of it. You would have seen it in the tour on my last video. At the very beginning, I didn't use it very often. Now it is a part of my night routine. I read him his book, I sing him his song, and I give him his bottle, and then I start rocking him. That is my long-winded version of essentials. I hope this helped. The baby product world is a terrifying place. I was so overwhelmed when I started looking into things to get. Of course, you're gonna find things that you personally find better. Your family's gonna recommend things. The biggest thing is find out what you are most comfortable with. There is so many options for every single thing. Enjoy this time. It's amazing. I have had so much fun. We will see you guys next time. Like and subscribe.